Welcome back. Today's topic is power spectral densities, abbreviated as PSD. The definitions of power spectral densities are various. Some of them are to simply understand the power spectral density. It is the expected power in the passband, and it can be obtained by taking the Fourier transform of the autocorrelation function, which we learned in the previous sessions. PSD also represents the distribution of the strength of the signal in the frequency domain. The power spectral density also represents average spectral content of a continuous time random process denoted by x of t. The random processes contain signals of the systems which are expressed in terms of different frequency attributes or properties or characteristics. So some of these systems where we frequently come across the computation of PSDs are the transducers, filters, and the modems. The objective is to find an appropriate frequency domain description for a given wide sense stationary random process or WSS random process in short. So we need to find which is the best suitable frequency domain description for a given WSS random process. That is the goal of the discussion. In order to find this or fulfill this goal, we need to cross certain hurdles. The following challenges are posed before we satisfy the above objective. So some of them are as below. Most importantly, the first two, which are highlighted in blue color, are the critical challenges. The first one is the transforms of individual sample functions are defined for generalized functions only. When we apply the transform over a single sample function, then the transforms are defined for generic functions only, not to a specific sample function. This is one problem. The second problem is we are going to face is how to determine the different features of the transform, not for only one sample function but for all the sample functions of a given random process. In this case, the random process is WSS or wide sense stationary in nature. So these two problems have to be overcome in order to meet this objective. Now coming to the frequency domain representation, most of the times we apply Fourier transform for performing the spectral analysis of any given random process or a signal, but the problem is we cannot apply it directly to the wide sense stationary signal. So how to use FT now? Now the Fourier transform expects a function x of t, that is a sample function x of t, to be absolutely integrable. The meaning is it has to be continuously be present at all instants of the time for a wide sense stationary random process. So this is one requirement, fundamental requirement of the Fourier transform, and x of t represents the sample function of a given random process x of t in uppercase. Now, can we use any sample function? That is the question here. So below we are able to notice one mathematical condition here, that is integration from minus to plus infinity mod of x of t, that is a sample function, with respect to dt should be always less than infinity or maximum value. So this condition cannot be satisfied by any arbitrary function x of t. Now that is one major challenge here. Any arbitrary sample function like x of t cannot satisfy the following requirement. Only few of the sample functions x of t can satisfy, while the remaining are not able to satisfy this particular condition here. So taking the above challenges or problems, the following solution is feasible. We'll go for mathematical analysis and also how it has been solved here. So let t be the window length, and we are going to apply this window over the given sample function x of t, which is evident in this particular case here, or represented by x of t. Once we apply window over a lengthy signal x of t, then the signal interest which remains with us is a portion of x of t which is windowed, and we call this as a windowed function or windowed sample function denoted by xt of t. So therefore this windowed function xt of t can be represented by using equation number 1, which defines that xt of t will become equal to x of t if the time duration or instants lie between minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. In all other places of the time instants, it's assumed to be equal to 0. That means it is not present. So taking equation 1 as a definition of the windowed function, sample function, now we'll focus on the that is the dimension of t here. The window width or length is represented by t. So what is the limit of this? What happens to that is t when it arbitrarily is very large enough? So that is denoted by t tends towards infinity theoretically, but practically a window length or width is always finite in nature. So that is denoted by the following figure here. X of t is a sample function which is ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity as signified by dots. In this we are interested in only certain portion of the sample function, which can be enforced by taking the or applying the window of length t. The window length t is obtained by starting from the time instant, that is small t is equal to minus t by 2 towards 0, then from 0 to plus t by 2. So t by 2 minus of minus t by 2 is equal to 2t by 2 is equal to t. From here to here the period is equal to t here. So outside this particular boundary, the signal is not going to be considered for the analytical purpose. So therefore the sample function x of t from a given random process or WSS random process, x of t is denoted in the above graph, that is graph figure A. In figure B, the windowed function of x of t represented as xt of t is denoted here. So Fourier transform can be applied to the windowed sample function as per given equation 1 here, provided t is defined for a particular finite duration only. Then the resulting Fourier transform or FT pair is nothing but xt of j omega is equal to integration between minus to plus infinity xt of t e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. This is given by equation number 2 and is a representation of Fourier transform of a given input signal or a sequence xt of t, which is nothing but a random, that is sample function of a random process. So once we take the Fourier transform, then this becomes the ft or resultant fd here on the LHS. Now here the integral is proportional to the variance of a zero mean random process. That means the random process x of t mean value is always equal to 0 and the variance is going to be taken into consideration, which is proportional to the integral here. And 2 pi is the proportionality coefficient. Thereby the inverse or the backward Fourier transform of equation number 2 is nothing but to obtain xt of t here. This is got by taking or dividing the integral entire term within the integration symbol by 2 pi. So therefore we obtain xt of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity xt of j omega into e to the power of j omega t into d omega. Equation 3. Equation 2 and 3 form the Fourier transform pair as per the theoretical concept. And mathematical notation also, it's very evidently this from the Fourier transform pair. We know in general that for any given signal, the power of a signal is obtained by squaring it, by taking its square. So therefore, now the average power of the signal x of t without applying the window, then if you apply the window, then x of t is converted to xt of t. Let us look into the mathematical notation further here. So therefore, average power of the signal x of t within a given window of width t can be written as follows here. So that is denoted by pt is equal to 1 by t integration from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 square of the signal. We have chosen x of t as a sample function which is a signal x of t. We take the square of this and do the integration to obtain the average power of the given signal or the sample function x of t. So equation 4 denotes the average power of the given signal. Now let us apply windowed sample function given in equation 1 and apply it on 4. So therefore the equation 4 is modified to the following form. In this pt is equal to 1 by t minus infinity to plus infinity xt square of t. See here, x square of t is changing to xt square x square t of t into dt. So a sample function on application of a window is converted from x of t to xt of t. Then square is retained as usually. This minus infinity to plus infinity can be later substituted by minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, or now also we can carry along with the equations also. So this is modified into x square t of t can be written as product of two terms xt of t with itself xt of t in equation number 6. Now using equation 4 for one of the factors, or using equation 4 or its manipulated version, that is equation 6 here, we are having two terms xt of t product with or multiplied with itself xt of t. One is marked in blue color here. The reason being we use one of the factors xt of t here in the integrand, this portion, one of the term is chosen. First term is retained in original form and second one is highlighted here. So this xt of t is representing the inverse Fourier transform of some particular ft function here, or backward Fourier transform. So we will replace this blue color xt of t term by its inverse Fourier transform. So therefore pt is equal to 1 by t integration between minus infinity to plus infinity xt of t in red color. So till this point we are having the first term, and the remaining second term, that is xt of t, its inverse Fourier transform is enclosed within the square braces, that is given as 1 by 2 pi minus into plus integration plus infinity. We do the integration of the xt of j omega e to the power of plus j omega t into d omega. So this constitutes the equivalent of xt of t, which is inverse Fourier transform, and the integration of the remaining term is done with respect to the variation of the time, that is dt. In the next step, we interchange the order of the integration and we obtain the average power is equal to pt is equal to 1 by 2 pi t integration from minus to plus infinity xt of j omega integration minus to plus infinity xt of t e to the power of j omega t dt into d omega. We need to focus on the color of the integrand and the That is the term or the integration here. So therefore blue color is associated with d omega, red color is associated with the dt here as denoted. Now using the transform, the second integral can be rewritten as xt of minus j omega. So therefore this integral denoted in red color can be also written as xt of minus j omega. Therefore pt is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration from minus t plus infinity xt of j omega. This is first term in blue color is written as it is till this point, and the entire red color whatever mathematical term is there, so therefore that term is nothing but represented as xt of minus j omega. That is nothing but its Fourier transform pair. So xt of minus j omega. Now in this equation we got Vt is equal to 1 by 2 pi t integration between minus to plus infinity, then product of two Fourier transform xt of plus j omega with xt of minus j omega. Now suppose the windowed function xt of t is a real function of time, then what happens to the above mathematical equation here? Then we can observe that when a given real function xt of t, xt of minus j omega second term is nothing but the conjugate of the first term, that is xt of j omega. This is denoted in equation number 7 as we can see, where the symbol, the star symbol what you are seeing, it is nothing but a complex conjugate as we learnt in signals and signal processing etc. So therefore the average power pt is equal to 1 by 2 pi t, t is taken outside as before, integration between minus to plus infinity, first term xt of j omega. Now second term is replaced by its conjugate, that is conjugate of xt of j omega. Now once we are interested in getting an expression for the power, then the Fourier transform conjugate pairs are available, xt of j omega multiplied with conjugate of xt of j omega. So applying the mod and squaring here, we get an expression here within the integration symbol, that xt of j omega whole square of d omega is there. So therefore the t in the denominator on RHS is multiplied with pt on LHS to form t into pt. This is equal to 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to plus infinity square of xt of j omega d omega. So we can summarize the important equation here. T into pt is equal to integration from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 square of x of t dt is equal to 1 by 2 pi minus integration to minus infinity to plus infinity square of xt of j omega. So x of t, its Fourier transform is xt of j omega, both are squared and it is averaged over 2 pi duration here. This is representing the quantum t into pt, equation 8. Now what is the meaning of equation number 8? Equation 8, as you can see here or observe, it applies to arbitrary sample functions which are extracted or taken from an ensemble of random processes. Now how can we extend this to the entire ensemble of the random process? For this we denote uppercase or boldface xt of j omega to represent the Fourier transform of xt of t. This xt of t is a windowed random process or WSS of finite length. Thus minus t by 2 to plus t by 2 we perform integration over x square of t into dt. The square of the random process we are going to take in this LHS is equal to 1 by 2 pi into again minus to plus infinity xt of j omega whole square. In the right hand side you are able to see the red color xt. So this is nothing but equal to the bold-face xt of j omega, which is the Fourier transform of a given time series xt of t. That is a time series function is nothing but xt of t is a WSS random process as discussed earlier. So equation number 9 we have learned now. Now on equation number 9 apply the expectation operator, then it will be changing to E of or expectation of the entire mathematical expression on the LHS as evident as it is equal to 1 by 2 pi, then expectation of the entire mathematical expression within the integral symbol as it is. Yes, so we can see this. Take expectation operator inside on the LHS. So therefore this is changed to minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. Expectation of square of x of t into dt is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus to plus infinity, then expectation of square of xt of j omega d omega. But we know that expectation of square of x of t is some particular value which is constant. It is not variable. So therefore on the LHS we just take the entire term e of expectation of square of x of t outside the integration symbol and leaving 1 into dt within the integration symbol here. This is equal to on the RHS 1 by 2 pi integration expectation of square of xt of j omega d omega as before of the above step. The entire term highlighted in green color reduces to the form of uppercase T or the window length. So therefore on LHS E of square of x of t or random process, expectation of the square of the random process x of t into multiplied by window length t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus to plus infinity, expectation of square of the xt of j omega is there. So we just change the order of representation. So the equation takes the form t into expectation of square of x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi minus to plus infinity, and the entire time on the right hand side as in the above equation. We also note that expectation of square of x of t or any random process is squared, and then expectation or the mean value is going to be taken. This is nothing but equal to the term called as Rx of 0. So this is nothing but the correlation function taken at time difference of 0 here. So therefore the above equation can be changed to the form as below. T first term multiplied by e of x square of t is there. This is replaced by Rx of 0 is equal to entire term on the right hand side as above. You can see very clearly here the entire RHS is retained as it is. Now we will focus on the limits of the t. What happens to the window length t here? The window length can also take a very large value. Theoretically we write it tends towards infinity. It is not equal to infinity, it is tending towards infinity or assuming a larger value. Then the expression for the average power in the random process will change to the form like Rx of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus to plus infinity. Now apply the limits of the t. Limit t tends to infinity 1 by t expectation of square of xt of j omega into d omega as before. So therefore once we perform this substitution, we get the manipulated version of this. Rx of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus to plus infinity Sx of omega into d omega, equation number 10. Now what exactly is Sx of omega here? The term Sx of omega is mathematically equivalent to limit t tends to infinity 1 by t multiplied by expectation of square of xt of j omega. So this entire term within the integration symbol just before the equation number 10 is nothing but Sx of omega. This term is nothing but equal to what we were speaking about as the entire important topic is power spectral density, abbreviated as PSD, for a given random process x of t. We can note certain important things. First one is the spectral description in a PSD specifies the quantum of average power present, which is the amount of the average power present in any range of frequencies. This is one important thing here. What do we mean by spectral description in a power spectral density? The expectation operator in equation number 11, we are having expectation operator here, which is a part of PSD or power spectral density mathematical expression. So expectation operator is being applied on the RHS here. So this expectation operator in equation number 11 leads to unstable estimates of the PSD, because the expectation operator tries to estimate the PSD without taking or considering its average. This is one problem. Therefore, any additional data may cause increase in the variance of the given random process, and such unstable estimators are referred to as periodograms. Let us look into the important properties of power spectral density. A PSD can never be negative, that is Sx of omega is greater than or equal to 0 for all values of omega or all frequencies, because we know that omega is equal to 2 into pi into f. A PSD is always the real function of omega, so therefore its conjugate is equal to the original value. Even after applying the conjugate also, the values are same as that of the original sequence or the signal. A PSD is an even function, so therefore Sx of minus omega will be assuming the same value as that of the Sx of omega. All these properties of PSD are denoted and listed in equation 12, 13 and 14 along with their statements here. So this is it about the theory on power spectral density. Now we'll do a simple problem, a numerical problem on PSD. It reads like this. A PSD is shown in the figure below for the random process x of t. We can note that the spectrum is non-negative, it's real and an even function of omega as it is evident from the figure. This figure is a representation of power spectral density of a given random process x of t. The question is, what is the total power in x of t based on the geometrical form it has taken. This graph is showing the value of the PSD Sx of omega as omega increases from minus to plus. The peak value of Sx of omega is 7 into 10 power minus 6 volt square square. The solution here is to find the power, total power in x of t. First we have to get an expression for value for Rx of 0. If time difference is 0, tau is 0, then what happens to Rx of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration between minus to plus infinity. Then power spectral density value or area is there, Sx of omega into d omega. So therefore we have to integrate the entire area to get the power spectral density, that is Sx of omega, integration from minus to plus infinity or between the limits here as specified, and then we have to find the that is value for Rx of 0. Rx of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi. Now since the signal is finite in nature as per the diagram of the PSD, then we find what is t by 2 and apply from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. In the diagram it is given as equal to 1000 on the right hand side. If you refer back to the theoretical concept, the left hand side limit where the triangle is starting is minus t by 2, then reaches 0, then reaches plus t by 2. Thereby plus t by 2 is equal to 1000 and minus t by 2 is naturally it is equal to minus 1000. So therefore we change the limits from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. or from minus 1000 to plus 1000 as per the given diagram, and Sx of omega, the peak value is 7 into 10 to the power of minus 6 and d omega. So we can note from the diagram very clearly that this is integration of a triangular pulse, or in other terms it is a rectangular pulse with half amplitude. So therefore the above equation can be written as below: Rx of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi 1000 minus of minus 1000 by 2 into 7 into 10 power minus 6. So this gives rise to numerical value Rx of 0 is equal to 1.14 millivolt square. So this is about the Rx of 0. So Rx of 0 represents the average power which you have taken over the duration of minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. So total power of a given random process x of t is nothing but equal to Rx of 0, which is equal to 1.14 millivolt square. Hope this is understood. Thank you very much.